Hi, and welcome to your practice today. It's me, Cassandra. Aloha from Kauai, where I'm currently living, and aloha from my kitchen, where it's a nice, spacious place to practice. Today, we're going to do a really fun practice filled with some strength and a lot of play. And we're going to charge up our solar plexus, gain confidence, and just feel really energized and awesome when we're done. So let's go ahead and get started if you're ready. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And through the nose, exhale nice and slow. Close off the eyes if that feels good. Inhale through the nose. Even slower through the nose, exhale. Continue at your own breath here, settling into the space, shoulders back, spine nice and tall, breathing. Let's take a little scan of the body to just find connection with the body before anything else, starting with the top of the head, and just feeling your face, your head, your neck, your shoulders. Just notice how they all feel. Arms, wrists, hands, chest, ribs, belly, back, and glutes, legs, and feet. I would just like to set a little group intention today of finding a little bit of confidence and having a lot of fun. You can feel free to set any other intention that you would like today. Let's do a breath of fire to warm up our bellies. This is a through the nose inhale and exhale. And as you make sharp exhales, the inhales just kind of come naturally and quick. And as you sharply exhale, the belly will snap in and then it'll slowly come out, snap in, slowly come out. So it looks like this. And we'll do some together and I will kind of keep you on track and let you know when to end. So first, let's just take a nice big inhale to exhale. And then we'll inhale about 3/4 of the way and begin. Exhale, 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 exhale. Five, four, three, two, one. Exhale all the air. And come back to your normal breathing for just a moment. Open the eyes when you're ready and we'll get started. Getting rid of any props if you have any under your seat. And just coming into Sukhasana, that easy pose. We'll inhale, both hands come up to the sky. Feel free to look up as your palms meet up above. And exhale, hands come back to heart center. 2 more times like this. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring both your hands in front of you, and then just walk your hands out as far as you can go for a little baby hip opening. And let gravity do the work. Your head can hang here. And slowly walk your hands back. Switch the cross of your legs. And we'll take 3 times. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. Hands come to heart center to touch. Sorry, palms come to touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times at your own breath. When you finish, walk your hands out in front of you for that little hip stretch on the other side. Let your head hang and just rest here for a moment. And slowly begin to walk your way back up to a seat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. And then we're going to just slowly lower down. Do you see abdominal muscles a little bit? I know we're just getting started, so take your time. Don't make it too hard, but don't make it too easy. Have a little fun. Challenge yourself. Slowly lowering all the way down. We're going to raise the right leg up straight up to the sky. It's okay if there's a little bit of a bend. And we'll just come straight into a hamstring stretch. So you can bring your hands behind the knee, behind the calf, behind the ankle, behind the foot. Go ahead and lift up off the shoulders while you reach as high as you can. And then slowly lower down and pull that leg with you. A little bit of energy in that left leg. Go ahead and squeeze the knee and the quad of the left leg a little bit so that it stays on the ground. Slowly release with the hands, and I'm going to have you place your palms flat on the ground, and then just as slow as you can, lower that leg back towards the ground. Try not to let your back come off of the floor, but once you get pretty low, it's going to, and that's okay. We're coming all the way down to the ground. Just a nice little activation. Let that leg rest, and then you can switch sides. Raise the left foot all the way up to the sky. Nice and straight if you can, but it's all right if it's bent. Raise up off the shoulders and go ahead and bring your hands behind the knee, behind the calf, behind the ankle, to the foot. You don't have to look like me, just wherever suits you. We're getting a good stretch, but we're also feeling good. Little bit of energy in that right quad and knee so that that leg stays in the ground. Pull with the arms a little bit if you don't feel like you're getting much of a stretch, which I'm sure we all feel it. It's just one of those stretches, you know? Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Slowly we'll bring our palms back down to the earth and see how slow we can lower that left leg all the way down. Take a couple breaths. Now to activate the core a little bit more, we're going to come into just a couple eagle crunches. So we're going to bring both legs straight up to the ceiling, and then we'll just bend them, creating a little right angle box. take the right knee leg, the right leg, and cross that right knee over the left knee. And if you're here, that's awesome. If you can cross again and wrap under your ankle, that's awesome. Try that. And then from here, the right arm crosses under the left arm. We're creating a little box in both directions. So as we inhale, we're going to press our feet towards the bottom of the mat, our arms towards the top of the mat. And as we exhale, move nice and slow. We're going to crunch up and bring our elbows and our knees together. Let's do 2 more really nice and slow. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, crunch. One more time. Inhale, stretch it. Keep it strong. This is the last one on this side. And exhale, crunch it up. Slowly lowering the head back down. Uncross the legs, uncross the arms. We can go ahead and do a couple windshield vipers, leaving the feet on the ground and bringing the knees to one side and then the other. Then we'll move to the other side. Create that box with the legs. Cross the left knee over the right knee. And then you can cross the foot under the ankle if that's possible for you. Bringing the left elbow underneath the right elbow. You can wrap your hands twice or you can just keep them once. Take an inhale as we stretch our limbs away from each other. And exhale as we crunch. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Take it nice and slow at your own breath. Try and smooth out that breath. Slowly lowering the head back down. Unravel everything. Couple windshield wipers. And we're going to make our way up to all fours. However you need to do it is the way you need to do it. I'm going to recommend that you roll up, bringing the knees into the chest, grabbing behind the behind the thighs. I don't know my body parts today. And rounding your spine a lot to protect your spine. And roll a couple times before you come up to a seated position. And then we'll meet on all fours, as we always like to do. All right, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Bring that belly in just a little bit, give it a little bit of strength all throughout this practice. I promise you won't regret it. You might be sore, but who ever regrets being sore, right? Inhale as the hips come up, we look up and the belly comes towards the floor. Exhale for the cat position, round the spine, tuck the pelvis, chin to chest. Inhale for the cow, look up, belly to the floor. And exhale, round the spine. One more at your own breath here. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine, and we're going to do a thread the needle. So plant the right palm where it's at. We're going to raise the left arm up to the sky, open up the body to face the left side of the room. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, first we're going to just do a crunch under. So we're going to bring our hand all the way through, and then as we inhale, we're going to come all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, crunch through. Inhale, back up. And crunch through. Inhale, back up. And on this exhale, we'll come all the way through, bring that top of the shoulder onto the mat, and rest your head on the mat as well. For a thread the needle, get a stretch in the outer shoulder, and you can bring your right arm up over the ear, over the head, reaching towards the floor. Or if you want to switch it up, you can bring the right arm up to the sky or to your left leg if that feels good. Bringing that right arm back to where it started, kind of next to your face. Press into the floor as we inhale and lift the left arm up to the ceiling one more time. And then we're going to go ahead and plant our left hand in the mat and move to the other side. Raise the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, crunch it. Inhale back up. And exhale, bring it through, crunch it. Inhale back up. And crunch. One more time, inhale. And exhale, we'll bring that arm all the way through, resting the shoulder on the mat, the head on the mat. Bringing that left arm up and over the ear to the floor if that feels good. Or up to the sky. Or wrapping around your right thigh. And slowly begin to bring that left arm back near to your face. Plant that palm. Take an inhale as we raise the right arm all the way up to the sky. And bring your hands back down. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Plant the palms right where they're at. See if that suits you. Begin to raise the hips up to the sky with the knees still bent until your back becomes super flat. And then when your back is super flat, then you can begin to straighten up the legs a little more. And then begin to lower the heels down towards the mat. We're breathing. Let's walk out the dog, bending one knee and then the other. Getting a feel for what our hamstrings feel like at the start of our practice. They'll get warm really soon, I promise. I live in Hawaii. There is no AC in my house, and I am prepared to sweat. But hopefully this fan will keep me sane, and hopefully I won't hit the fan. I won't, don't worry. Coming up onto the toes, bend the knees, gaze at the top of the mat where your hands are, and walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Bend the knees so much that the torso rests on the thighs. Let yourself hang. Grab your opposite elbows if that feels good. Slowly, with the knees still bent, begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths to get all the way to a stand. And when you've made it to a stand, palms shine forward, eyes closed, weight in all 4 corners of the feet. Just notice that you've arrived. You finally arrived into your body today, and give thanks to yourself for that. All right, let's get ready to get moving a little bit. You can do a little shake out. I just started doing it, so now we're doing it. Shake the arms, shake the legs a little bit. And we'll start with a couple Vinyasa flows. So go ahead and come into stillness, palms shine forward. And I'll bring the hands to heart center here. Take an exhale wherever you are. On the inhale, circle sweep both arms up to the sky. Look up if that feels good, maybe a baby back bend. And exhale with a flat back, we come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. I'm going to move a little slow the first time so I can instruct you on how to use all of your muscles while you do this. Keeping your core in and keep taking breaths as I explain. But usually on the inhale, we're going to come into a halfway lift. So the shoulders are not going to round forward. They're going to come back and away from the ears. Our back is going to become flat. We're not rounding. Even flat doesn't have to be the answer. Energize it just like in that cow position. The belly button comes towards the floor. The hips go up. The shoulders come up. Even look up just a little bit. It's kind of intense. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Take an inhale here. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant the palms, step back into a plank position and lower the knees to the ground. We're going to do 3 push-ups all together. So take an inhale wherever you are. And on the exhale, we lower down only halfway, only so that we create a 90-degree angle. These pillows were a bad idea. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, 90-degree angle or less. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. From here, I'm sorry I had to adjust these pillows. Keep breathing on your own if my instructions are a little bit off today. Keep the hands where they are underneath the shoulders. Inhale, just using the shoulder and back muscles to lift your chest off of the ground. See how far you can go. See if you can even remove the palms from the mat if that feels good. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, press back up into that plank position, and then raise the hips up to the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Coming up on the toes, bend the knees, gaze at the hands, and walk your way to the top of the mat. Inhale for that halfway lift, belly towards the floor, hips and shoulders up, look up a little. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees as much as you need to with a flat back, circle sweep the arms up, all the way to a stand, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's go again. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. Baby back bend if you like. Exhale, flat back, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step back into your plank position. Knees up or down, Chaturanga, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale as we come up for that baby cobra, using just your muscles, or press a little farther, open the back a little more for more of a full cobra. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Lowering back down to the belly, tuck the toes. Press back up any way you need to into your plank. And then raise the hips up, Adho Mukha, downward dog. Up on the toes, bend the knees, gaze at the palms, and walk or take a little hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Utthana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, knees bent as much as you need. Circle sweep the arms up, all the way to the sky, baby back bend. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. One more time. Inhale as both hands come up to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms, step back into a plank. Exhale, knees up or down, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Lower back down. Exhale, press back up into a plank position and then raise the hips up. Downward dog. Take a breath, take another breath. From here, leave the left foot where it's at. Raise the right leg up to the sky. Keeping the hips first, just squared off towards the floor. And then we'll go ahead and open the hips up to the right side of the room. Bend the right leg. And then I like to roll out my ankle here. And then we'll just take 2 rolls of the hips. So basically just draw a big circle with your right knee. And get a big opening wherever it feels good. 2 times. On the next inhale, we'll square the hips back up, straighten that right leg, gaze between the hands, and as we exhale, let's bring the knee to the nose and kind of come into a little plank position, but we're rounding the spine a little bit. Inhale back to that 3-legged dog. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose, plank position. Inhale, straight leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, one more time. Take a breath in here. Gaze at the palms. See if you can bring that right foot between the palms. If you didn't quite make it, that's okay. Just kind of wiggle your foot forward. Lower the back knee. Untuck the back toes. Keep your hips squared off towards the front of the room. And then as you inhale, bring both hands up to the sky. Shoulders back and away from the ears. Strong arms. Bring that core in a little bit. Don't let your belly push out and your back round. Try and keep yourself straight up and down. Strong core. Go ahead and bring the hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toes. And begin to straighten the front leg as we come into a wide-legged pyramid pose. Don't worry, you don't have to be as close to your leg as I am. You can have your heels way up to the sky. You can have your knees bent. What matters is that we're getting a good stretch. And feel free to use any props you need. Over behind these pillows, I literally have 2 cans of vegetables just in case I want to demonstrate or use a prop because I don't have any props right now. All right, go ahead and bend that front knee again, coming into that runner's lunge. Plant the palms, step back into a plank position. Raise the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. We'll raise the left leg up to the sky now, keeping the hips squared off towards the floor. Take an inhale. And then we'll open the hips up towards the left side of the room. Bend the left knee. And roll out the ankle if that feels good. And then we'll roll out the hip as well, taking 2 big circles, making 2 big circles with the knee. Take another breath in. Straighten out the legs, square the hip back up. Inhale here one more time. And then we begin to move towards that plank position with a rounded spine, knee to the nose. Inhale, straight legs, 3-legged dog. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. One more time, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here for a breath. Gaze between the hands, and then bring that left foot between the hands. Lower the back knee. Square off the hips towards the front of the mat. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. Remember to try and keep your core strong, your body being pulled, your spine is pulled up towards the ceiling. If you have any pain in your knees, feel free to pad up with a pillow, a towel, fold your mat over, whatever you need. Lower the hands back down to either side of the foot, tuck the back toes, and begin to straighten the front leg and come into a wide-legged pyramid fold here. Keeping the hips still squared off towards the front of the room.
slowly we press into the palms as we bring the left foot back into a plank position. Let's take a breath here in this plank. And exhale, downward dog. Let's find an optional vinyasa here. Come into the plank position, knees up or down, lowering all the way down to the mat. Or you can come into an upward facing dog if you don't feel like cobra is enough for you, where you come up onto the tops of the feet and the knees lift up off the ground. And then go ahead and tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up to the sky. Gaze between the hands. Exhale as we round the spine. Bring the knee to the nose. Take a breath in. And then bring that foot in between the hands, squaring off the hips, this time leaving the knee off of the ground. Press into the feet. Press the inner thighs together as we take an inhale and raise both hands up to the sky. On the next inhale, let's take a power pose with our arms. We're opening up with the goalpost arms. You're not turning, I'm just turning to show you. Open up goalpost arms. Press the chest forward. It's a little different than what I was saying before about coming up towards the ceiling, but open up here. This is a power pose. It's scientifically proven to create confidence just by holding these poses. Breathe here. Let's go ahead and bring our left elbow underneath our right elbow for those eagle arms. We can go ahead and wrap our hands twice if that feels good. Take an inhale and raise both hands up to the sky, keeping your legs where they are. Exhale, let's just hinge forward and bring those elbows in the inner right thigh. I know it's hard. Inhale, coming up, stretching our arms up again, keeping that bind. And exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, one more time, coming up. Exhale, hinge forward. Unravel the hands, plant them, step back into a plank position. Optional vinyasa here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Through the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more time like that. And now we're prepared to go to the other side. Raise the left leg up to the sky. Inhale here. Gaze between the hands. And then bring that knee to nose for just a moment. And hold for a breath in. Exhale, bring that foot through. Squeezing the thighs together. Hips squared off towards the front of the room. Inhale as both hands come up to the sky. And on the exhale, open up for those goalpost arms. Chest comes forward. Open up, create confidence, create strength. Have a little fun. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our right elbow underneath our left elbow. Cross the arms. And then go ahead and inhale, straighten up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward. Both arms come to the left inner thigh. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhaling up. And coming down one more time. Unravel the arms, plant the palms. Step back into your plank position. Optional vinyasa. And we'll meet in Adho Mukha, downward dog, when you're finished. Nice big inhale together. H-A-ha sound out through the mouth. One more time. Coming up on the toes, bend the knees, gaze between the palms, and walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, just like we did before. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up. Come to a stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. When you're ready, open up the eyes. We've got just a little bit more standing work, and then we'll move to the ground. So stay facing the top of your mat. Go ahead and bring your arms down to the side. Right foot remains where it's at, and actually left foot first. Let's bring both of our hands down to sweep the floor. So we bend the knees so much that, oh, we ended up in a chair pose. What? This is exciting. Keep the core in. Hands can come straight out in front of you for now. Weight is mostly in the heels. You could even like wiggle your toes a little bit, which I like to do. Keeping the right leg where it's at, we're gonna cross the left knee over that right leg, or you're just gonna practice balancing on one foot, whatever you need to do. You can stay here, or you can cross over the ankle. And then you can bend the arms, cross the left arm underneath the right arm, wherever you are. This is your eagle pose. Even if you can just do arms and you can't do the legs, that's awesome. Keep practicing, keep trying. Work it, breathe. Lower your hips even lower to the ground if you can. Pick a spot on the floor, a drishti point that's not moving, so that you can gaze and not lose your balance so much. Almost there. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, don't quite do anything yet. You can unravel the legs. See if you can just bring the right leg back out behind you. It's okay if you fall. It's okay if it hurts a lot. Hold it for just one more second. Slowly lower that back leg down so that, what? Look, we're in that high lunge again. But we won't be here for long. We'll unravel the arms, bring the hands to either side of the foot. Step back into a plank. Optional vinyasa. Or just bring the hips back up to the sky, whichever one you prefer. How fiery are you feeling today? And breathe. Whew, that was fun. Coming up on the toes, bend the knees, gaze between the palms, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, coming all the way up. Hands to heart center, exhale. We'll take a second here because I can't breathe. Have a little fun with it. You can shake out the hips a little bit while you're taking a breather if you like. Or you can just stay in stillness. Let's move to the other side. Bringing the hands down towards the earth, we sweep the floor, and then we bring our hips to sit back into a chair pose. Palms straight out in front of us, hands and arms parallel to the floor. And then leaving the left foot where it is, we're going to see if we can come up off of that right foot, cross the right knee over the left knee. And then we're going to bend the arms, cross the right arm under the left arm. In this fun little twisted balance, pick a point to gaze on the floor. Lower the hips to the ground as much as you can. Let it be intense. Remember that it's temporary. Bring your core in. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I know you're waiting for me to say stop, but instead I'm just giving you more cues. You're doing awesome. On the next inhale, unravel just the legs as we straighten our left leg back towards the back of the mat. I'm right in the wall here. Take a breath. Slowly lower that leg down so that we're in that high lunge. Take an inhale, unravel, plant the hands, step back into that plank position, lower the knees, and we'll sit back onto our heels into a child's pose. Slowly we'll begin to look up and we'll meet in all fours. When you're ready, take it nice and slow. From here on all fours, we're going to bring all of the weight into our right arm, and then we're just going to rotate our hip and our knee so that our right foot comes out to the right a little bit. We're going to come into a little modified plank. So we're going to straighten the left leg out behind us, and then we're going to stack our whole body into a little side plank position, but with the knee on the ground. And here's where you get to choose how much fun you want to have. You can remain here, or you can press the weight into that left foot and bring that right foot into a full plank position. Wherever you are is where you're at. Hang out here, take an inhale. And let's do those little crunches like we did before we threaded the needle. Exhale as we crunch under. Inhale, we open back up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open back up. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the left hand to the ground. Come back into that plank position. Press the hips up to the sky. Downward dog. Coming up onto the toes, slowly we just lower the knees back down to all fours, and we'll move to the other side. We'll take the left foot and bring it out to the left, kind of rotating the hip and knee. As we do so, straighten out the right leg, and then stack the body on top of itself for a side plank modified position. Remain here while you do your crunches, or bring the weight into the right leg and step the left foot to meet it underneath the right. Wherever you are, take an inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring that right hand to the floor. Plank position. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward dog. Coming up onto the toes, bend the knees. And we're going to slowly walk our way to the top of the mat. And let's hangle dangle one more time. Bend the knees so that the torso rests on the thighs. Grab your opposite elbows if that feels good. Slowly, one last time, we'll roll up all together. Take 2 full deep breaths to roll up.
Now that we made it all the way up, we're actually just going to come back down to a seated position at the top of the mat. However you find yourself needing to take that seated position. Bum to the ground, straighten both legs out in front of you. Flexing the toes, giving strength in the quads and the knees. Inhale for a flat back. Nice tall straight spine. Exhale, walk the hands forward. With that flat back, keep the core in. Don't round just yet. See how this feels. And then exhale, let gravity do the work. Round the spine, let the head hang heavy. Slowly making our way back up to a seat. We're going to bend the left knee and cross that foot over the right knee so we can take a seated spinal twist. Left arm comes behind us, right arm reaches up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale as we twist to the left. See if you can get the outside of the elbow to the outside of the knee. If not, just grab hold of the knee, however feels good. Inhale for a taller spine, and exhale for a deeper twist over the left shoulder. From here, we'll slowly unravel. Take a tiny little counter twist. And then we're going to see if we can leave the left leg straight and then, the right leg straight, and then move the left leg a little bit closer towards the knee line of the right leg. See how far you can go. Take an inhale for a tall straight spine wherever you are. And exhale, we're going to lean over that and get an interesting little stretch. It's a mixture of hamstring and hip stretch. Whee! We'll raise back up nice and slow. And let's just rock the baby for a minute. Bringing that left knee up towards the left kind of elbow crease here. And then see if you can bring your left foot into the right elbow crease. If you can't, that's okay, just hold on to it. The goal is basically that we're pressing this knee away from us and we're holding our baby leg and just getting a nice deep stretch. So I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna rock a little bit, see where it feels good on my hips to move, see where I'm getting a stretch. Maybe I'll give it a little push of the left leg, or maybe not. Just sing your baby a little song, give it a kiss. Say thank you for all that you do for me, and breathe deep. And slowly release. We'll straighten out both legs and give them a little shake. Then we'll bend the right leg. And go ahead and cross the right foot over the left knee for our spinal twist. Right arm comes behind us, left arm reaches up. Inhale, tall straight spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Every inhale, we raise up a little taller. Every exhale, we twist just a little deeper. And slowly we unravel. Take a tiny little counter twist the other direction. And then see if we can take the left knee
a little bit more in line with the right knee. Kind of come off of the bottom of the right foot, and kind of the top of the foot is on the mat now. Inhale for a tall spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward if you can anymore for this interesting double stretchy thing. If anything feels really uncomfortable, back off, don't do it. Or find another way. If your bottom knee is bent a lot, that's also okay. Just experiment with your body. And inhale as we slowly come back up. And we'll rock the baby on this side, taking that right leg, bringing it into the right arm crease. And then the foot can maybe come, if you want, into the left arm crease. Can interlace your fingers. You don't have to be in any arm crease. You can just have your arms underneath holding onto your foot. Whatever feels good. Rocking back and forth. Rock the baby. Spin in circles. Get crazy. Do a little dance. Whatever. Just get that opening in the hip. And give your baby a kiss because the other side had a kiss. I am aware of how crazy I might look physically and by my actions. Slowly, we're going to straighten out that leg, give them both a shake. And let's use our core one last time before we come into more restful positions. So let's do it. Let's take the Navasana boat pose. Right where you are, plant the feet onto the earth. You've got a little triangle with your legs in the floor here. As you do so, you want to create another little triangle by leaning back just a little bit with a straight back. There's not really a top to the triangle, but you've got the same angle going as your legs here. You can bring your hands behind your knees. If you would like, you can bring your shins up parallel to the floor. Take your feet off the earth. If you would like, again, you can straighten the arms out instead of holding onto the knees. If you would super like to get crazy, you can straighten the legs. If you want to get ultra crazy, you can bring the arms up to the sides of the ears. I don't love this, but I'm going to work it for you. We're breathing. Find the work, but also find the fun, and don't hurt yourself. Take one more inhale. And exhale, we're going to slowly lower down to the earth. Take several deep breaths. Go slower than you think you should. If I can talk and breathe and do this really slow, you can do it at least this slow. Take your time. Try and take more time than me. Whoo. Lower all the way down to the earth. Say thank you, earth, for catching me, for being here, and letting me not have to do any more work. Let's stick with our eagle theme, and we'll bring the knees into the chest for just a beat. Give yourself a squeeze, and then we'll come back to that little right angle that we made at the beginning of class when we did the eagle crunches, and we'll cross the right knee over the left knee, double cross if you like, doesn't really matter. And we're going to bring our arms out into goalpost. We did that in class earlier too. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, see if you can use your abdominal muscles. It's okay if you need to incorporate your hands. Just slowly bring your legs off to the left side. And then, come all the way to the ground for sure. We're coming in for a twist now. I like to untwist one sometimes, but I'll keep the twist today. Gaze can come over the right shoulder. And we're breathing. And we're breathing. Keep your arms where they're at if you can. If not, you can help yourself. Come back to center with your arms. But try and use the core muscles a little bit to come all the way back to center. Keep that twist in the legs for just a moment. Unravel. Do a little shake. And then we'll cross the left knee over. Double cross if you like. Arms into goalpost, or help yourself along as the knees come off to the right side. I don't know if you heard that pop, but you always feel like, did you hear that? It's so exciting every time. Gaze over the left shoulder. Slowly with the help of your arms, or try and use the core muscles to lift all the way back up, keeping the legs crossed for just another second. Once you've made it back to center, unravel, bring your feet to the earth. Let's do the little windshield wipers, bringing your knees off to one side and then the other. And let's finish off today with the Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together, the knees come out wide. You can even keep your arms in that goalpost if you want. Continue that little power pose, but in a more restful position. Or you can bring your hands, one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Take a few breaths here. Notice how you feel in your solar plexus, this place right between the ribs. Feel strong, even tired. Notice that energy that you have just built up over the past few minutes. I don't know how long it's been. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to either leg, help your legs, lift your knees up a little bit, and then we're just gonna straighten the legs out and come into our favorite Shavasana. Give a little space, open the legs a little bit, open the arms a little bit, and let yourself come to rest here. Rest the toes and the feet. Rest the ankles, the lower legs, and the knees. Relax your upper legs, your glutes, your pubic bone. Release your low back, your abdominals, your rib cage, your mid-back. Relax your chest,
upper back and shoulders. Releasing the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the wrists. Hands and fingers are fully relaxed here. Neck is relaxed. Jaw and eyelids are resting. Whole head is at ease and relaxed here. Whole body relaxed. Rest here, and I'll let you know when it's time to wake up. Slowly begin to take deeper breaths here. Notice the rise and fall of the belly now. Begin to make small movements as we awaken, wiggling the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Maybe your head goes side to side to awaken the spine. Just take that big morning stretch that I love so much. Reach your arms up overhead, a long straight line from fingers to toes. Ooh. And when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest one last time. Say thank you for bringing me here. Self, you're talking to yourself, not to me. For helping me to gain confidence. I'm confident, I am happy, I am free, I am light, I'm having a lot of fun. All those are beautiful affirmations to recite to yourself. When you're ready, roll off onto your favorite side in the fetal position. You can rest your head
on that bottom bicep. And slowly, with the eyes still closed, begin to make your way up to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center here. Maybe smile. Maybe finish out the rest of our day and our week with a little bit of confidence. We are strong. Physically, strengthening the body helps us strengthen the rest of us, our spirits and our minds. It makes us more confident energetically when we are more confident physically as well. I would like to finish out the class by just chanting an Om. It's just a little word that connects us to everything, and it also just relieves the nervous system to make these noises. So however you want to look at it, however you want to do it, just know there are science-backed and spirit-backed reasons to chant Om, and we'll just chant one time. So first, let's take an inhale to exhale. Inhale to Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are walking taller and feeling stronger and feeling more energized like I am. Namaste.